right, welcome back everybody. So if you remember last time, let me just click this really quick. So if you remember last time, we did the Dalxia route, as you can see by the little check mark there. And it was apparently a bad end that ended up in Commune being killed, and I was horrified. That was like horror. That was straight up freaking nightmarish horror. So we are back to this decision, and I guess we gotta take on the sponsor again. I didn't choose this one first because I was like, oh, we've done it like 3 times now and nothing has come from it, but we'll see what happens. I'm curious. I'm curious if they can actually do it this time and if we have to fight Dalxia again or how this is gonna work, but we'll go with the sponsor. So basically, just to catch up a little bit, we are working on the escape pod to go to the satellite, which I think is evil. But for the escape pod fuel, we need cryptoglobin from like a commander of sorts. And so last time I chose to fight Dalxia and just ignore the sponsor, but he ended up finding Commune and using her blood, and it was awful, and then Nozomi got executed. So this time I guess we're gonna do the sponsor first, which maybe it'll actually, I mean, all you gotta freaking do is get the button away from him. Seems a little easier than the other one, but you know, we'll see. But I'm curious. I'm really super curious. I'm also curious if this route, if we actually see the satellite, if we get more information. Because if you remember last time, and I think I said this before, on the original route, like, Takumi left to go to the past, and then the escape pod came back, and there was just, like, a phone or something in there that was like, it's not what you thought, don't come, blah, 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 don't go to the past, blah, 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 it's not what you think, etc., etc. So some shady shit is happening up there. So, anyways, let's continue, shall we? I still want to defeat the sponsor. They're the embodiment of evil. Unless we eradicate them from this world, they'll come back to haunt us again and again. I fell for their ruse and became a murderer. I can't let anyone else make the same mistake. I totally agree with Takumi. I'll never forgive the sponsor for toying with us and exploiting our kindness. Never! Nobody gets away with harming my dear Takumi. Yeah. My dear Takumi. Is there something we should know? That was a joke, just a joke. There's nothing around me to Takumi and me. Nothing at all, right? Right, Takumi? Huh? Oh yeah. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Like not even a teensy little thing. Cross your hearts and hope to die. What sort of follow-up question is that? I already said it was nothing. Although, I mean, if we're getting technical, there is this one thing. Why are you telling them about that? It just slipped out. Blow up and die, you dumb normies. Only Takumi, though. What is happening? Why are Tsubasa and Takumi fighting all of a sudden? This is more of an expression of love. You'll understand when you're older. Stop it! We have better things to do than tease me right now. Well, we know it's the right path because he gets teased immediately. I think we should be talking about this even more. We all want to see you happy, Takumi.
Huh?
What? See me happy? You've been suffering all this time because you took the toughest role among us. So when we see you happy, it gives us a sense of relief. Basically, we wish for your happiness as much as you wish for ours. Didn't you know? We were heartbroken. Oh, this coming from Yugamu is so cute. For all those days because you were out of commission. We'll fight the sponsor for daring to inflict so much pain on you just for kicks.
Sumino-kunに笑っていてほしい。
Oh, that's so
私たちの戦う理由はそれだけでいいんだ。
Compared to Takamaru, I know he's dead, but I can still be angry at him. In that moment, I knew in my heart we could beat the sponsor. With friends like this behind me, I could overcome any cunning or intrigue that sponsor threw at me. This time we'll succeed. The sponsor is going down. We all exchanged glances and nodded. I vowed to myself that we would defeat the sponsor.
Oh.
Okay, now we need to firm up our strategy. If you'll all kindly accompany me to the biolab. Why the biolab? There's something I need to show everyone. Something critical to our plan in beating the sponsor. Yugamu led us all to the biolab. Maybe it won't make us fight Doxia in this route. All I'm thinking about is like, do I have to fight him again? It wasn't the worst actually. As soon as he got poisoned, it was fine, but it was just like a long fight. I haven't been to any of these locations in this route because we haven't had free time. Here you go. Take a look at these. Speaking of which, if you're going to play this yourself and you're confused as to why you don't get free time, basically what you have to do is go back to the original route and go to a sling of free time days. But the only thing that I don't understand is like if Hidoko and Moko are just locked out of being upgraded because they're dead and so you can't upgrade them. But everybody else, that's how I have Takumi at max, because everybody else is I can upgrade. So basically I'm just holding on to all my BP, my materials that I get from this route, and then before I start the next one I'm gonna go back and do that. But that's how you do it. You have to load, and I'll even show you right now. You have to go to chapter select, and you have to go to the last defense academy, which is at the bottom screen there. And this is the original route, right? And you just go to like free time here. And you can, man, there's so many dead people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from this freaking group. And then if we count the other ones, 6, 7, 6, 7, damn. Anyway, so yeah, that's what you have to do. At least, maybe in other routes there'll be free time, but for now I don't have any, so I have, you know, I'm just saving up and then I'll go back and level everyone up. Here you go, take a look at these. Yugamu retrieved some things from a shelf and laid them out on the desk. Ew! These are dismembered parts of a dead body? Yes, indeed. I went around collecting them from all over the schoolyard while we were on our little break. A dismembered body in the schoolyard? Whose is it?
Oh.
There's no mistaking it. These are the body parts of the first sponsor, the one who self-destructed on the last day of the second round. They blew themselves up to hide their identity after they realized the poison was lethal. That must be why some of these body parts are charred. Anyway, I analyzed these assorted remains the other day, and I discovered something very intriguing. This body has already been dead for several years. What? Years? But the sponsor only self-destructed 20 or so days ago. I was surprised too. I convinced myself I must have made a mistake. Sorry. So I checked again and again, but the result was always the same. Every corpse had been dead for at least a few months, sometimes years. So my final conclusion was this. The sponsor's true identity was a dead body. Dead body? You mean they were a zombie? Think about it. Doesn't it make a lot of what we knew about them make sense? They didn't need to eat or sleep. They kept coming back even when we killed them. That's like the textbook definition of a zombie. I don't know. It sounds too outrageous. Dude, we can be revived. Let's just stop there.
Oh.
You think it's impossible, right? But how many impossible things have we already witnessed since coming to this academy? Point. There's probably an actual person controlling these dead bodies using hemoanima. That would explain why the sponsor had so many bodies at their disposal. They were all corpse puppets. So, Gaku, or Eito, was the first sponsor, is what I'm guessing. And they could grab as many dead bodies as they wanted from a cemetery or something.
Oh.
That's what the first sponsor really was, an army of dead bodies. This idea could also explain why they organized the invader hunt in the first place. What do you mean? By making us slaughter invaders by the dozens, the sponsor would get their prime pick of dead bodies. Then they could create as many spares as they wanted. They were powering themselves up by making us create dead bodies for them. Exactly. To the sponsor, we're just corpse-churning contractors. And that's why the rules of the hunt are fairly lenient towards the players. It was set up in such a way to ensure the sponsor wouldn't lose too many of their contractors all at once. Only executing one player per round did seem kind of half-assed to me. And the duration of each round suddenly went up to 15 days, slowing down the pace of the executions. The points distribution system was to help us stay alive for longer as well. Because of that, we were able to hunt together in teams. All that so we could create as many dead bodies as possible. We've been dancing to that zombie's morbid tune, and it irks the hell out of me. Do you think the second sponsor's also a corpse puppet? Odds are deathly high. They claim to be the sponsor's successor, but they're likely just one of the many corpses the first sponsor still has at their disposal. This is mind-boggling. The sponsor's been using all this time to create dead bodies that they turn into zombies. But wait. A blood-curdling possibility suddenly flashed across my mind. If the sponsor could control dead bodies... Yugamu, if the sponsor's ability is to control corpses, could they use our friends' bodies as well? What if they raid Kyoshika's grave or steal Kurata's body? Kaku and Eito's bodies are in danger as well. We've left them in the morgue. The sponsor could have easily stolen them from under our noses. I see. So because we killed Eito, we gave them a body. Okay. That's why this route is so different. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. And then Gaku got killed because they needed more bodies. That's just inhumane. Using their bodies even after they've died. Let's go check the graves and morgue immediately. We need to make sure the bodies are all accounted for. We all turned at once and started to dash out of the lab. Whoa, chill out, guys. Yugamu stopped us, his arms outstretched across the doorway. I've already secured our friends' remains. Secured them? Where? In their own dignified coffins in my room. Since we're on the subject, come and pay your respects. We hesitantly headed to Yugamu's room. Inside, we saw... You know what? Even though this is a morgue, I still have to complain. Why does everybody get cute, decorated rooms that are, like, to their personality, and yet we just have a bland, boring room? Yugamu's room was packed from wall to wall with coffins. It looked more like a morgue than a bedroom now.
家具はどうしたんだよ。ベッドはどこに？
解体して処分してしまったよ。私の安眠よりも永遠の眠りについた死者を優先するべきだと思ってね。
ありがとう、面影くん。キョシカちゃんたちの体を一人で守ってくれていたんだね。
Hold on, is this everybody? Kurata, Gaku, Moko... Oh wait, we don't have Moko's body, do we? Kurata, Gaku, Eito, Kyoshika, Takamaru... Oma? I feel like we're missing somebody.
みんなの体が無事でよかった。
I mean, besides Moko, obviously.
ああ、本当によかったよ。進行性ハントが終わったら墓地に埋め直してやらないとな。
ねえ、面影。棺の上に乗っているあれは何？
あれはみんなの体内にも埋め込まれている爆弾さ。
Those are really long.
ここに運び込んだ時に施術で取り出しておいたんだ。こんなおぞましいものが死後にまで体の中に残っているのは許せないと思ってね。
面影。
I could feel my tears welling up at Yugamu's kind consideration. He was probably more repulsed by the bombs than ever, having been blown up by one himself the other day. We all stood before the coffins to pay our respects before leaving Yugamu's room. The moment we stepped out of Yugamu's room onto the rooftop, we heard an unexpected voice. Hey, do you guys have a minute? Long time no see, everyone. Hima and Kako. Well, well. You two are an unusual sight around here. To what do we owe the honor? I could already feel tensions rising. We exchanged knowing glances and prepared ourselves to fight if we needed to. Nobody could tell what these two were thinking. They even injured Nozomi during the Ava incident before. No need to be so wary. We're here to offer you our unconditional surrender. Right, like a white flag. If there's a Kako romance route, I'm terrified of Hima. Kako raised both hands as a sign of surrender. So you're not going to antagonize us anymore? I mean, it's not like we can beat you guys, right? And now Takamaru is dead. There's really no point competing against you the way things are right now. In fact, we are hoping we could join you. Sounds like a good deal for you. After all those terrible things you said to Takami. I'm not expecting you to welcome us for free. Of course, I come bearing a gift. What kind of gift? My life. I'll stay in last place all through the next round and die. In exchange, I ask that you keep my dear sister safe when I'm gone. What? Mother, dearest. What are you talking about? I'll even let you lock me in that cage in the courtyard if you doubt my sincerity. Then I'll die in the same cage Eva once occupied. What is justice for my attempted murder of her, don't you think? Ima? Mother, dearest, no! How could I live without you? Come now, sister dearest. This is the way it should be.
妹に死の運命が迫ってるなら肩代わりする。それが兄として生まれた者の定めなんだからさ。
Ima's words made me remember what Ava said just before she died.
母として私にはやらねばならぬことがある。のぞみに教えてあげないと。本当の愛とは何か。子供を決して犠牲にしない真なる親の強さをね。
A loving heart that moved someone to give their life to protect another. Completely contrary to what the killing game stood for. And that was why. It's fine. You can both join our team. Really? Yeah. Takamaru asked me to forgive you two anyway. I'm so grateful, Mr. Samino. I will die as promised, so please take care of my dear... On one condition. Ima, you are prohibited from dying. You need to survive too. What? Hold on, Mr. Samino. If I survive, someone else has to... No. Nobody has to die. We are going to put an end to this game. Don't worry. As long as we remain united, the sponsor will be no match for us. Seems like someone's developed a killer new attitude since we saw him last. But that's how our leader should be. I feel like we're letting those two off easy. But I'm good if Takami is. Ima, Kako, let's put our past behind us and work together for the future. Gross, I usually can't stand cringy stuff like this, but I'll let this one slide. It'll be a change from all that awkwardness at least. To be fair to the others, we all fell for the sponsor's ploy to divide and conquer. Now we're finally united as one again. The pride of the Special Defense Unit is at stake. Let's take down that sponsor. Our newfound unity made us all more determined to fight against our enemy. Oops. We'd carry on the will of those who had passed before us and do what needed to be done. Alright, let's get this meeting started. Needless to say, we're here to discuss how to bring down the sponsor once and for all. I shot Yugamu a glance and he took over. To beat the sponsor, we'll first have to deal with the 3 deadly weapons they wield. First of all, there's Suit. As you all know by now, it has the ability to negate hemoanima-based attacks. None of our superhuman attacks will even scratch it. Technology that nullifies the power of divine blood? The inventor must be a real wizard. But it's crazy weak against physical attacks. Anyone can destroy it with a regular weapon. Yeah, we broke through it before with a simple crossbow. It's not that tough. We shot holes in the first sponsor's suit some 50 nights ago. Damn. But damaging it wasn't the real problem. And the sponsor has 2 other weapons at their disposal. The bees are especially lethal. If we so much as touch the sponsor, they'll swarm around and attack us. Just like when they killed the other by sucking their blood dry. Mr. Yakushi was killed by those accursed bugs too. Why are those bees still here in school after the change of sponsors? Likely because they aren't servants to a specific sponsor. They serve the invader hunt itself. So long as the game continues, we'll have to live in fear of those bees. It's not like the bees are invincible, though. Remember? We also have one of the sponsor's suits. The bees can't touch anyone who's wearing it. But here comes our biggest problem. The sponsor's 3rd weapon. A deadly new weapon they've somehow gotten their hands on. The detonator for the bombs inside of us. Being held back by bombs in our bodies is such a killing game cliche at this point. It's starting to feel like deja vu. There were 7 buttons on that controller. Each button had an image of one of us on it. And they probably did that so they wouldn't accidentally press the wrong button in the heat of the moment. Nozomi's not on that button. It ensures the right person gets taken out before they attack the sponsor. His 3rd weapon's maybe the worst of all. With that around, we can't even get close. Hey, I know! What if I attack the sponsor while wearing the suit? Zomi, what is this nonsense? Are you still trying to die? No! This isn't a suicide mission. In fact, I think the odds are in my favor. Think about it. There's no one better than me to do the job, because I don't have a bomb in my body. Oh, right! You're not an official member, so... Nozomi came to the academy of her own free will. She basically snuck in without even the people in charge noticing. Unlike us, she hadn't had a bomb implanted in her while she was unconscious. Even so, was it a good idea to put Nozomi in such great danger? Even if we did beat the sponsor by risking her life, I'd say building a strategy around Nozomi is feasible. It negates what... it negates one of the sponsor's weapons. That's big. So I can do it? But even if we risk your life to beat the sponsor, would that really end the game? Beats the sponsor beats the game. Oh no. The sponsor is actually still alive. That's been the flow of events so far. Right! Another successor might show up. They've got an army of zombies after all. Reading successors out of dead bodies is too freaky, even for me. But didn't the sponsor mention they only had one body right now? Obviously, that was a lie. Why would they show their hand so easily? We should assume the sponsor still has multiple bodies. It's pointless to kill just the one we can see. How about if we find and kill the person controlling them? There being one person in control was just a theory. Even if I was right, where would this person be? How could we find them? The sponsor's like a roach that can't be squished. Tsubasa suddenly raised her voice in frustration. They should just drop dead already. Why won't this game end? Don't be sad, Mr. Tsubasa. It's basically stylistic form for the killing games to drag on and on. Stylistic form? Never noticed how killing games in movies or comics never seem to end once they get started? The players exploit a loophole and think they've won only to find themselves at the start of another game. They beat the mastermind and think it's finally over, only for the true mastermind to show up. It sounds like you were describing the invader hunt. Yeah. So far as killing games goes, this hunt is about as cliche as they come. I mean, have you seen the rules?
参加者の勝利条件がルールに明記されてないとか永久に続ける気満々だよあいつら。だる。
Hirumi proceeded to go on a tangent about killing game reviews and theories, but I'd already turned them out by then. The only one that I know that starts over is the Jiro game, which is a fantastic movie, but it's only in Japanese. It's basically the werewolf game. It's also a manga, if you want to read it. It's really good. But basically, the protagonist starts as a villager, if you've ever played Mafia. And then when they win as the villager, they go into being the werewolf. And so, like, it's, you know, you have to survive 2 games. Hirumi proceeded... No. There was something she said earlier that I couldn't get out of my mind. There's no clear rule explaining how the players can win this game. She was right. There was nothing in the rules about us winning. For some odd reason, that statement stuck in my mind, even though I couldn't figure out for the life of me why it seemed so important. Takumi, are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking about something. I ignored the odd sensation and focused on continuing the discussion.
Oh.
Let's put our heads together to come up with a way to beat the sponsor and prevent another one from showing up. We talked over different ideas right until nighttime, but still couldn't come up with anything viable.
냠냠. 総員就寝時間だよ.
My break time ends tomorrow. The 4th round would start in 2 days. I didn't want to play this game anymore. I'd been hoping we could take out the sponsor before it started, but... Getting flustered now solves nothing. I should just go to bed. I slipped into bed and lay down with every intention of sleeping. But it was not to be. My mind was still actively thinking about Terumi's words from this afternoon, and sleep had all but fled from me.
参加者の勝利条件がルールに明記されてないとか永久に続ける気満々だよあいつら。だる。
I didn't know why I was so hung up on that one point. And I still couldn't find an answer no matter how hard I thought about it. Eventually, I finally started drifting off. Because I fell asleep with the lights on, my sleep was shallow that night. But I did dream. In those dreams, I relived the events that had occurred ever since the sponsor showed up. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. The forceful ending of the game was the one thing that could be construed as player victory. Maybe that was why I got so hung up on what Terumi said. Because a player victory condition actually did exist. The next scene to flash across my mind was Yugamu being blown up by the second sponsor. The invader hunt didn't end then, even though they'd murdered a player. That was because Yugamu attacked the sponsor first, but punishing him for that was considered just cause. The current sponsor carried that terrible remote control capable of blowing us up everywhere they went. The scene changed and I saw the bodies of our friends that Yugamu had secured. The bombs on top of the coffins. Yugamu had surgically removed them post-mortem. He was blown up by one himself. He must have abhorred their very existence. This terrifying weapon was tucked away in the bodies of all my friends.
妹に死の運命が迫ってるなら肩代わりする。それが兄として生まれたものの定めなんだからさ。
Next, the memory of Ima and Kako asking to join our team surfaced in my mind. Ima declared that he would die on behalf of Kako. His determination touched me. Just then, I sat up in bed, suddenly wide awake. I found it! I found it! I had an epiphany while sifting through those memories in my dreams. I found a way to end this game. I ran out of my room and went to wake up Yugamu and Dorumi. What is it, Takumi? It's the dead of night, you know. Yeah, what do you want? I was just about to go visit Mistress Tsubasa in her room. Listen, guys. I finally found it. I found a way to end the invader hunt. You mean you found a way to definitely kill the sponsor? No. We're not going to kill the sponsor. We're going to end the game. Oh, what now? Is there any difference? As different as chalk and cheese. Conflating the two was our first mistake. I shared my new strategy with my friends. Their reaction? That does sound like it could be worth a try. But it's Yugamu's handiwork that'll make or break this whole thing. You sure it's gonna work? I'm sure. He's already taken out 6 of those things. You could probably do it blindfolded by now, right? I've never done it on a living patient before, okay? Don't come crying to me if I end up killing you instead. It doesn't matter. We can keep coming back with the revival-matic until you get it right. You're making this sound like some peaceful picnic. Well, I'll give it a try. It's the job of a leader's aide to pander to his every whim and fancy, after all. We don't have much time, so let's start right away. I need you two to come with me to the biolab. We quietly and stealthily made our way to the biolab, taking care not to be discovered by the sponsor. You're gonna take the bombs out? Take off your clothes and lie down on that table over there. Dorumi and I complied with Yugamu's instructions, stripping down with our backs to each other. Oh, you have to let 2 boys see me naked? Gross. You might as well go the whole 9 yards and stop making the yellow face now. Come on, this is an emergency. It's not like we got any ulterior motives. So's this the perfect... I'm gonna tell Mr. Tsubasa about this. I wasn't looking, I didn't see anything. You ready? Then let's do this. Oh, but first, some anesthetic. Yugamu poked a syringe into my neck as I lay on the table. There was a sharp prickling pain for a moment, and then my vision turned blurry. I began to feel lightheaded and... I had surgery once, you know, where I had to use anesthetic. And it was weird.
やはり生体からあれを取り出すのはだいぶ勝手が違ったよ。さあ2人とも服を着て。急がないと第4ゲームの開会式が始まってしまうよ。
We quickly got dressed, hiding the large scars on our chests under our clothes. And then... This is it. It's do or die time. Yugamu and I will go on ahead and tell the others about the plan. Come join us when you're ready, Takumi. Yeah, I'll be right there. After parting ways with Dorumi and Yugamu, I went back to my room and got changed. Once that was done... We all dashed to the leisure lounge. It was time for our showdown. Finally! Although what's with that get-up of yours? The sponsor seemed a little confused by my appearance. It was only natural since I was wearing the same thing they were. I stood before them in the suit that Hiroko had retrieved at the cost of her life. Takumi? Why are you dressed like that? What's going on, Takumi? Everyone else looked equally confused. That was the act they were supposed to be putting on. I smell a big fat rat. Is this your version of a taunt? Coming here in that suit can only mean one thing, am I right? A It depends on your response. I answered the sponsor in a calm, quiet voice. One question for you, sponsor. You've been hounding and pestering me ever since you showed up. Why? I thought I told you before. It's because you're the most entertaining one here. You're such a little goody-goody, which also makes you capable of the cruelest decisions. A pair of goody two-shoes would happily step into the most disgusting puddle of filth to protect someone if they could. I just knew you would provide top-class entertainment if I pushed you into a corner, and that's exactly what you did. Are your hands still stained with the blood of those people you murdered in cold blood, serial killer Takumi? The sponsor's jarring laughter echoed throughout the room. Okay, now's the perfect time to act angry. I'm glad you were so entertained, and I hope you're ready for more. Let's see how funny you find this. Wait, Mr. Sumino, what are you thinking? That's against the rules. Down, Takumi, down! You can't be serious about this! Don't do it, Takumi! Everyone tried to stop me, of course. This was all part of the Act 2. We needed to make it seem like I was acting on my own, totally independent from the others. That was the scene we were trying to present to the bees hovering above. Let go! I've made up my mind, I have to do this! I shook off the pleas of the others. The sponsor has to pay for what they did. For making me kill other humans! Ah! I charged at the sponsor full speed, a knife in my hand. The bees swooped towards me with a familiar cacophony of beating wings. Obviously, they meant to suck the blood of the rule breaker dry. But their stingers couldn't penetrate the suit I was wearing. I raised the knife. The suit could repel any cryptoglobin-based attacks, but was weak against physical attacks. Even a knife should be able to break through it. You really didn't think this through, Takumi. Have you forgotten about my other weapon? The sponsor took out their remote control. Sheesh, I was hoping you could entertain me for a while more before you broke. Alas, all good things must come to an end. So long, Takumi! Let's play again in our next lives. The sponsor pressed the detonation button for the bomb in my body. But I wasn't the one who got blown up. Instead, it was Darumi.
Oh.
Why wouldn't you just take it out? Darumi and I will exchange the bombs in our bodies. When I violate the rules, the sponsor will press the button for my bomb. But when they do that, the one who actually explodes will be Darumi, who hasn't broken any rules at all.
Oh.
Right. That will fulfill the victory condition of this game. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. That's how we'll win.
Oh.
Will the sponsor really honor that rule, though? They could just change it on the spot. Between the two of them, the sponsors have tampered with the rules of the hunt plenty already. That's true. The rules seem more like guidelines than anything else. But I have a feeling this one is set in stone. When I was laid up in bed before, the sponsor came to my room. I wish I could torture you myself, but alas, that would be against the rules. They sounded genuinely sad when they said that. So this is a rule not even the sponsor with all their authority can change?
Oh.
I think so. The moment they blow up Darumi instead of me, something will happen. I didn't know how, but the sponsor would be heavily punished. That would give us the opportunity we needed to beat them. Hold up! You're talking like it's a given I'll get blown up in your place. Why has it gotta be me? It doesn't matter who does it, right? Couldn't you use Ima or one of those other guys? No, you have to be the one. It absolutely has to be you, I've decided. Uh-huh? And why is that? Because you got to kiss Tsubasa before me. So it's just a personal grudge. You're the normie he needs to blow up and die. Why do you care? We'll bring you back with a revival-matic right away. Of course I care. This mouth that kissed Lady Subasa's delicate lips will be destroyed. Good, you homewrecker. Those lips on mine. I'm so glad. I was upset too. You're killing me, Takumi, but in a good way. And that's the sort of high-handedness I'd expect from a successful leader. Let me just laugh this out for a little bit. Oh man. Once I ascertained the bomb had gone off, I took up the suit and stormed towards the sponsor. I still don't understand why you just didn't leave Darumi's bomb out, but okay. That was against the rules. You broke the rules, sponsor. Blowing up Darumi when she didn't do anything at all? That's a grave violation. You killed Miss Amamiya. Yeah, give it back to us. What's up? You're back already. For a while, the sponsor said nothing as we surrounded and hurled accusations at them. You really had me fooled. Eventually, they let out a subdued sigh. Darn it. Totally miscalculated. You switched the bombs in your bodies, huh? When I pressed the detonator, I ended up hurting Darumi without just cause. You're right. I've broken the rules of the game. Therefore... I don't believe it. That's it? No mortified denials, sloppy excuses, death pleas. Nothing at all. I thought you'd bring out at least one last desperate gambit. What am I supposed to do? Have you seen the state of my unbeatable weapons? We followed the sponsor's glance to the ceiling.
No!
血が落ちてくる。死んだの、あいつら。
あの蜂はゲームそのものみたいなものだからね。ゲームが終わったら、まあ、そりゃ死ぬよね。
I still don't understand why Takumi just didn't keep the bomb out. Why'd you put it back in? One after another, the bees dropped to the ground. Finally, the last one fell and they were all dead. See? I have nothing to fight with now. Feel free to do whatever you want to me. You're definitely not getting off easily. But before that, show us your true face and tell us who you really are. They must be a zombie, right? Or a monster that looks even more hideous. I'm going to take your suit off now. Resisting you die, understand? What's the point in resisting now? Go ahead. Yugumo quickly and skillfully started removing the suit from the sponsor's body. Soon we would see the face of the person who'd been tormenting us for days on end. Open sesame. Clone of Takumi. Yugumi tore the suit and helmet off from the sponsor in one breath. What? Clone of Takumi. Everyone was dumbfounded by the face that had been hiding beneath the suit. I couldn't believe it. It was him all this time? But how was it possible? Eito. Eito, you're still alive? I forgot his voice.
もうちょっと主催者ごっこを楽しみたかったんだけどな。
No way! Eito? Don't tell me you're a zombie. Did his dead body revive somehow? No, his body is still secured in my room. He couldn't have come back from the dead. Then, is this someone else disguised as Eito? I couldn't believe Eito Aotsuki was standing before us again. But there was no mistaking his malicious presence. You're really the real Eito? It's been a while since we spoke face to face like this, hasn't it, Takumi? I am indeed Eito Aotsuki, in the flesh. Not the Eito Aotsuki you know, though. I've come from another, slightly different world. Is it not cloning and it's just multi-universe? My thoughts were thrown into confusion. How could Eito still be alive? How did he become the sponsor? And as the second sponsor, how was he connected to the first? You look completely flabbergasted. Wouldn't you like to know who I really am? That goes without saying. Spit it out already. You have no right to remain silent. Just what kind of alternate universe did you come from? Why did you make Takumi do that to those people in the mansion? We surrounded Eito and bombarded him with questions. Calm down, everyone. Don't worry. I'll tell you anything you want to know. I was surprised. He actually promised to answer our questions without leaving us hanging, except... I just have one condition. What is it? I'll only answer questions from Takumi, and we have to be alone. No answers if anyone else is there. What? Why do I have to be stuck somewhere alone with you? Is that a no? Do you really want to turn this offer down? It's the biggest chance you have to give information out of me. Team leader. You've got a load of nerve. We could always squeeze that information out from you from my various torture techniques. You're not much of a professional assassin if you can't tell torture won't work on someone like me, Yugamu. I've already made up my mind. I'll only talk when I'm alone with Takumi. You're still trying to toy with me at this stage? Why are you so obsessed with Takumi anyway? Why wouldn't I be mean to him, after all? You're the version of you that killed me, aren't you? I did kill Eito. Or so I thought. How could he be standing before me again now? So this is all about revenge? You even became the sponsor of the killing game too. Not really. I just couldn't get over it, you know. How you off to the other me like you were stamping out a pest to be exterminated, looking oh so righteous while you were at it. I wanted to make sure you came to terms with your true vile nature. Then you never feel inclined to act self-righteous again. How does it feel to be an even worse serial killer than me, Takumi? Just for that? You made me kill those people just for that! Oh, no. That's an expression better suited to a disgusting creature like you. Are you in utter anguish yet? I took over the killing game from the previous sponsor so I could see you looking tortured by guilt and desperation. The game may be over, but my fun has only just begun. Because now it's your responsibility to interrogate me. I wanted to kill Eito again, right there and then, to avenge my friends who died in this game. But I knew I couldn't. We needed the information he had. It's starting to smell more and more like the multiverse theory's true. This Eito came from another timeline, right? Does that mean he knows how to travel between timelines? Can we see Takamaru alive again if we go to another timeline? If this Eito really did come from a different timeline, the information he held was priceless. We could solve our most immediate problems by learning how to travel between timelines from him. We wouldn't have to fight Dalxia or struggle to get the escape pod started up. Nobody else needed to die. But to get that information... Shall we have a little chat, Takumi? You have to tell me what I want to know first. Like the sensation you felt when you killed those people. The feeling of bathing in the warm blood of your victims. That squelching sound was so nice and satisfying, wasn't it? In that moment, the faces of those people suddenly surfaced in my mind, clear as day. The faces of the people I had killed. My breathing quickened, and I broke out in a cold sweat. Eito really did have the potential to be the best assassin in the world. His ability to drive people into dead ends and make them wish they were dead with words alone was unparalleled. It's not so bad to be caught if I can see you looking like that. But I'm nowhere near done yet. Don't think you can get away from that ugly soul of yours for even a moment. I'll be sure to remind you of your sin from now on. Every single day. I could feel the strength leaving my body as Eito laughed at the top of his voice. And to think, I thought I'd finally be able to relax after defeating the sponsor and ending the game. I was wrong. My real suffering was only just beginning. After killing Eito, he came back with a firm hand on my ankle, ready to drag me down into hell with him. My killing game wasn't over yet. It happened so quickly I barely knew what was going on. Tsubasa picked up the knife I had dropped, lunged forward, and slit Ito's throat with it.
翼ちゃん。
スミノにひどいことしないでよ。
Oh, my girl!
スミノは私の大切川名さん。スミノを苦しめるやつは絶対に許さないんだから。
Yay, my girl! All of you are such ugly monsters. Ito coughed up blood and collapsed on the ground, and within a few seconds he'd stopped breathing. Tsubasa! I ran over and held her in a tight embrace. I'm sorry. We were supposed to ask him for more information, but I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't bear to see you in so much pain. No need to apologize, Tsubasa. If you had jumped in, I'd have done the same. 3 cheers for Miss Kawana. This sponsor got what was coming to him and it feels so good. Vengeance for Takamaru. Someone like that doesn't deserve to live. I approve of anything Mr. Tsubasa does. Besides, this is the perfect end to a killing game. The perfect end? Killing games just love to drag out the story for as long as possible, and then suddenly drop the ending on you with zero fanfare. You know, without answering any of the subplots, it was It's not a real killing game these days if it doesn't end super abruptly. That's why this is the perfect end to our killing game. I'm here all day for it. And so the invader hunt ended abruptly, in perfect killing game style, 60 days after it had begun. Was it 60 days in Danganronpa? As relieved as I was, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't bothered by the many unanswered questions it left behind. But there was no time for us to run around trying to solve those mysteries now. The game was over, and that meant we had more important matters to deal with. With our eyes keenly focused on the prize of a true happy ending, we quickly moved towards our next objective. Maybe it won't make me fight it again. Unfortunately, Eito Aotsuki's cryptoglobin is not strong enough to power the pod. Right. I didn't think it would be that easy. We had drained all the blood out of Eito's body and pumped it into the escape pod's fuel tank. But it still wasn't enough. Even though he was so strong, Eito's cryptoglobin is totally useless. If you really think about it, 80% of his strength comes from those bees. Speaking of the bees, I've analyzed their remains and discovered something. They're a type of combat organism, or school invader to use your name for them. So those bees used to be human? I hypothesized that the first sponsor found and attacked a combat organism factory. From there, they must have coerced the manufacturers into creating these bee-like units with enhanced power and functionality. But why did the bees die all at once when the sponsor broke the rules? Perhaps because of a divine pact to prevent the sponsor from harming the participants without due cause. Divine pact? A wish made to God, if you will. Do you not also offer something in return when making a wish to your god? I'll be a good girl, so please let Father's surgery be a success. Things like that. So in this case, I won't harm the players without due cause. So please grant these bees great strength. The sponsor, no, the people who built these bees made a wish like that. And God granted them that wish. So God really exists? A strong belief that he exists is the key. Divine blood grows in strength by binding itself to emotions. And the strongest feeling in this world is devotion. God, you say. That scales too grand for a little guy like me to comprehend. Just who was the first sponsor anyway? They're still completely shrouded in mystery. Sorry, guys. If I hadn't killed Eito. It wasn't your fault, Tsubasa. Nobody's trying to blame you for anything. That's right. We're all really grateful for what you did. Mr. Tsubasa, can I comfort you with the longest, deepest kiss you've ever had? Can I? I really want to. Let's just forget about Eito. The killing game's over now anyway. If the first sponsor was a zombie like we had theorized, it was still possible they could come back at some point. However, the bees that had been their strongest weapon were dead now. Without those bees, we could definitely take out the sponsor by ourselves. There was nothing to be afraid of anymore. What we need right now is more cryptoglobin to fully power the escape pod. And we have a perfect candidate for who can provide us with that. Right. The Squad Zero Commander Dalxia. We have to find a way to beat him and take his cryptoglobin. Commune, have you finished developing that poison that can help with that? Who do you think I am? It was already done and dusted a while ago. So we can beat Dalxia now. Indeed. As long as you proceed with caution. My poison will break down his invisible defense, but Dalxia will still be a formidable foe. Now see, if we had done this one first, I think I would be very confused if we just like skipped the battle. So we might still have to battle him. We have to come up with a foolproof strategy to beat him when he shows up at the academy, whenever that may be. After our meeting, we started preparing for our battle against Dalxia. And then, when night fell... Oh, we're having a barbecue! And there, I finally got the fire started, everyone. I cast fire! We lit a bonfire in the schoolyard as a memorial for all our friends who lost their lives in the invader hunt. Closing our eyes, we observed a moment of silence and mourning. Kyoshika, Oko, Kurara, Ava. Our fight against the sponsor is finally over. Mother, may you rest in peace. Have no fear. My sister and I will be fine by ourselves. Sorry for making you ingest that poison, Kyoshika. I hope this fire can ease some of your pain. Thank you for protecting us, Mr. Yakushiji. We're only alive because of you. Thank you for sacrificing yourself to save us too, Shoma. Mistress Hiroko. Thanks for deigning to hang out with someone like me. Thanks for being my friend. Hiroko, we did it. You protected us all. If Hiroko hadn't set up this anti-sponsor alliance, we'd all have perished in the invader hunt. Not just her. Everyone else who died after her became lights of hope that guided the 8 of us to where we are now. We mourned the souls of those who had died in this game for many hours. But we knew we couldn't mourn forever. We still had a war to fight. All right, everyone. It's time to dry our tears and discuss what to do for the next battle. Press through the pain and look to the future. Everyone wiped their tears at my rallying call and looked up. We got some food and beverages from the cafeteria and began our war council. It was clear everyone was simply trying to put on a brave front at first. But as we ate and drank, we started to cheer up for real. Aww. Pretty soon it was just like old times.
Sumino くん、私たちも対抗して踊らない？ランダマの振り付けを教えてあげるよ。
ランダマって確か股間こすり合わせるやつだよな。誰がお前なんかと。
だるみ、こういう打ち上げに参加するのって初めて。文化祭の時も体育祭の時もだるみだけ呼んでもらえなかったから。
これからは絶対そんな思いさせないからね。私と一緒に毎日飲み食いしながらおしゃべりしよう。
I'm still laughing that Takumi wanted to blow up Darumi for stealing her kiss.
ねえお兄ちゃん、自分花火とかやりたいな。プレゼントマシーンで作っちゃおうよ。
お、グッドアイディアだね、妹ちゃん。打ち上げ花火をドカンと一発打ち上げちゃおっか。
After that, we kept chatting about anything that came to our minds, never running out of topics for conversation. Some kept drinking and eating, others dozed off as they grew tired. We all had fun in our own ways until late into the night. I'm wondering if this is a good place to stop, because it's an hour and I have no idea how much is left. Like, if we still have to fight the boss. Okay, I convinced myself. If the next episode is like 2 seconds long, I apologize, but I just want to make sure. Okay, so we're gonna end that episode there. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. That was cool, except I don't understand why he didn't just keep Dorumi's bomb out of him. Made me giggle really hard, though. And is there really no cloning? They're really taking people from different timelines? I mean, that would make the Karua thing make sense. More sense. But, man, this game just keeps piling on more things that confuse me. Which is the point. Like, each route you do is gives you a little more of the world, which is cool. But then I'm still confused because whoever the first sponsor was not Ato, right? Which means killing Ato still triggered it, but it wasn't Ato's death that what triggered it? You know what I mean? Like, what was the thing that triggered the sponsor? That's what I don't get. Like, the only thing that was different was that Ato was dead, and we still have the thing about us losing our memory, which is weird. It's weird. And it's never been brought up again. We haven't lost our memory for a while. I'm surprised it didn't happen while we were, like, sitting there comatose after murdering the people. Anyways, well, hopefully, once we finish everything, we will hopefully have the answer. If we don't, I'd be really sad. So, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, my lovely bunny friends, and I'll see you next episode. Jenny!